yeah. Taste It Tuesday. Woo! This is how I get excited about cooking. Get the music going, guys. Get your partner, do a little dancing. Oh yeah, that's all you get. Woo! Welcome guys to Taste It Tuesday. I'm Noreen Kebba and welcome to my kitchen. I'm doing it solo today, even the technology. But today we're gonna make something that I am so passionate about. I've been doing smoothies, guys, for probably a good 20 plus years. And I attribute my 60-pound weight loss that I've kept off for probably 10 years to these smoothies. And yes, I was a fitness instructor 30 some years, and I was 60 pounds heavier. And what I learned through the years and being a nutrition teacher, fitness instructor, it's not necessarily the exercise that we're doing, although you need to work the heart every day, but it's more about the food that you put in your body and the amount. And sometimes we don't eat enough for the amount of exercise. So I was doing a lot of this with exercise. I'd work out harder and then I'd eat too much. So what I learned is balance, okay? Don't over-exercise. There was a time when I was teaching up to 13 aerobic classes in 1 week, okay? I learned real quickly that that didn't work for my body. I gained weight, okay? So I started thinking about making healthy changes. I've gone to so many nutrition classes over the years. I go to the World Fitness Conference and California Mania, which is amazing when it comes to good, healthy eating. And I've learned from top nutritionists and doctors. So I'm always looking for new ideas and research. And what I'm sharing with you today is what has worked for me, but you need to find out what works for you, okay? If you've never really exercised, what will jumpstart your body is probably getting out there and moving it more. But for me, I had that under control. I just needed to lessen it, okay? And focus more on what am I putting into my body, okay? And I also realized that we all can't be the same size. Genetics plays a big part. Okay, I don't use that as an excuse ever. I get out there and I work out and I eat healthy and I think about what I'm eating every day. I think about my plate and how that should look, okay? So I always like to start my day off with a smoothie. And I have this great machine right here, Vitamix, and I'm not trying to sell it. I have used blenders, and at school we don't have Vitamix, so we do use blenders and they don't last very long with what I'm gonna show you. But basically, it's protein, vitamins, and minerals in a cup that you're using, that you're drinking every day. Now, some people might say, well, why not just eat vegetables? Trust me, I eat vegetables every morning. I pack my bag like I'm going to work, and I have a bag full. And people that know me real well, when I'm going on my walks, I bring my bag of veggies. I put a little teeny bit of ranch dressing. It's thinned out a lot with water just for flavor. Because let's face it, you know, eating vegetables, it's so time consuming and it's a lot easier to put some of your good healthy nutrients in liquid and you can just drink it quickly. But I'm a proponent on getting the whole vegetable and eating it. So I do that for breakfast, or I'll make up a big batch of vegetables and I throw it on my omelets. And then I'll have my smoothie. It is high in sugars. So if you have sugar issues, which it runs in my family, so I have to watch it too. I don't gulp down my whole smoothie all in one sitting. I spread it out throughout the whole day. So when I'm at school, I leave it on my desk in a Hydro Flask, and I'll show you what I use later, or I'll just get it right now. So here's a Hydro Flask, and this is a great investment. If you put ice water in this, it will stay cold the whole day. So get one of these, get a bigger one I use for my water. And then at dinner time or lunchtime, I'll have maybe another salad. And then at dinner, I'll have another salad or mixed vegetables. So the closer we get, guys, to plant-based, the healthier we're gonna be. There's so much science behind that. I could talk forever. Personally, I do like my meats chicken, especially in fish, poultry, all that. Eggs I eat. So you decide what works for you. So I'm gonna get started on my smoothie, and I like to talk about nutrition throughout. Now, you can make it as simple as possible, and I'm gonna show you what you can find at Costco. It's a little bit cheaper, or at Safeway, big containers. But this organic uber green suja, I think I'm pronouncing it right. I'm gonna be honest with you, it takes some getting used to, because it's not like drinking, a good smoothie. It is high in antioxidants. This right here only has 5 grams of sugar for a little container. And they're 10-ounce containers. So, and you can actually split that in half, drink a little bit in the morning, drink some at night. But what it contains mostly in here is cucumber, celery, grapefruit, green chard, and lettuce. So it has all your good greens. And there's another, you can get them in the big container at Safeway there's 2 different kinds, the lighter green and the darker green, that contains different nutrients. So you can count this as your smoothie, or what you could do is put half of this in make a smoothie with some other fruits in it and your protein powder, and you're good to go, okay? Or you can just drink this and have your vegetables. You don't have to make a smoothie, but it's worked for me, okay? So what I'm gonna get started doing, remember, smoothies are not low in calories. And notice I called it a meal. It's a meal replacement. So I'll take you from being very low in calories, like I just showed you, to high in calories, and you decide, okay? So low in calories is just getting water and protein powder. Whatever kind of protein powder you use. I get this at Costco, guys, and I've done a lot of research, talking to a lot of nutritionists. I've used expensive stuff, and I've used cheaper stuff, but I know I have to go with plant-based. The dairy, anything that contains milk hurts my stomach. So as I've gotten older, I've noticed that. So I have to cut out cheeses and stuff unless I take the pills. So there's so many things on the market. I know my brothers and sister-in-law sell Isogenics. It's a great product, has good nutrition. And I also, so if you're interested in that, let me know and I'll hook you up with my brother. And then there's other things you'll see on Facebook. I've tried, and I've spent that kind of money. I've spent up to $90 for a container. And then I do some comparison, and I talk to some of my friends that are nutritionists. Basically you're getting pretty much the same. There might be a few differences, but again, you do what works for you. So this is what I use, and you want it low calorie, use this with just water. Take it up a notch. Use this with your milks. So I go non-dairy, and I use almond milk. There's oat milk, there's coconut milk, there's so many different things out there, and this doesn't hurt my stomach, okay? Plus it's low in calories, and it has all the nutrients. It has the proteins, it gets the low in carbs, and what I like too about it, it has a good flavor. It has vanilla flavor, and it's only 30 calories per cup, because all this stuff you're looking at back here, you're like, what the heck? You put that in your smoothie every day? Not all of it. I took some things out that I'm not gonna put in today. Now I am making a triple batch, because I make it for my daughter every day and my husband and myself, okay? So what you see, do it by thirds, okay? So I'm gonna get started. The first thing I do is you get your milk, and there's no set amount. You can do milk and half water. So I'm eyeballing, usually it's about a cup, and I have a new container. So I'm gonna open this up. You wanna shake it up too. Now I washed my hands with hot soapy water before, so make sure you do that, okay? And then I know exactly how much to make for the 3 of us, okay? So I'm gonna use almond milk, and then I also got, this is almond coconut, okay? Has a good flavor, and again, unsweetened. This is 35 calories for a cup, okay? So a smoothie could be upwards of 600 calories for a tall glass, okay? Fill up your hydro flask for the day. Again, if you're counting that as a meal, then you're good. Just like when students come into my classroom, especially my nutrition and wellness classroom, and they come in with those big lattes with whipped cream in it, we talk about that. There's nothing wrong with splurging. That's called life. But you have to realize if you do that on a daily basis, it's only gonna go around the waistline, the hips, and so forth. So a little splurge now and again doesn't hurt. But again, think about that, the whipped cream, all the creams and stuff. So lean more towards the healthy, okay? So I have that, and I'm gonna put everything to the side so I make sure that I don't forget anything. The next thing I'm gonna add are my fruits. So you decide, I always add strawberries. And I'm just gonna dump in a few. So probably about 3 strawberries per serving, okay? It's loaded with fiber. Any of those seeds in your fruits, you're loaded, you're gonna be loaded for the day with the good fiber, okay? Good vitamin C. And then I have this cherry berry blend. It has strawberries, blueberries, dark cherries. And you know, these are all high in carbs, guys. So I'm gonna add a little bit just to give it some flavor. And again, you might be saying, oh, that's too much fruits. You decide. Some days I'll do more, stick more to the green, okay? And then I'm going to get my cup. I'm the only one that makes the smoothies, guys, usually. And I'm gonna do a little bit more of the blackberries, blueberries, and I can't wait. I have blackberry bushes and raspberries out there. I can't wait. I usually put up about 7 gallons of those for the year. And I just went through my last bag, okay? So the next thing I'm gonna add, I like the taste of mango. So I'm gonna add some mango, and you decide what you want to add to it. You can add apricots, which are good electrolytes. I'm gonna add bananas, which is good potassium. If you have cramps in your leg, you work out a lot, up the bananas. Broccoli is high in electrolytes also, your magnesium. Some people put beets in there. Beets improves athletic performance. If you're gonna go on a marathon, drink some beet juice before, and you're gonna go fast, okay? So I'm just gonna add a handful of my mango, okay? I already added that, so I'm moving everything. I got a banana. So what I do is when my bananas get really dark, because as they get dark, if you're making banana bread, you want it so mushy and so ugly looking. So put it in a bowl, let it ferment, and you'll get sweetness, more sweetness from your bananas. So I'm gonna add a banana. So between the 3 of us, I'm adding like a half a banana. Sometimes I'll add more. If you like the flavor of bananas, go for the amount that you like. So I'm gonna add a banana to that. Now here's another ingredient, avocados, the good fats. So seeds and nuts, this is good fat for you. You can add just a half an avocado. They're not low in calories. So you can see how this is all adding up. I'm not gonna add this today because I'm adding a lot of seeds. But you can add this, okay? And you, again, would cut it in half and just scoop out the center, okay? Now, I freeze my spinach that sat here for a little bit. So I'm going to add spinach and kale to this. And I would add more, but I forgot it at the grocery store. So I would have put more in. So I need to go back and get my kale and so kale, I'm just gonna tell you, I've got some notes here just so I don't forget. So you can add squash, you can add zucchini, things that aren't real, like I wouldn't recommend cucumber unless you're gonna just do a veggie, but I talked about beets, and we're gonna do flaxseed in it, apricots like we talked about. Kale is so nutrient dense. It's loaded with vitamin K, vitamin C, helps with your eyes, okay, along with, you know, eating carrots. So we're gonna add, we got that. And then I'm not gonna add this today. It's kind of nutty tasting. It's called maca, and it lowers your blood pressure. I get this at the health food store, or you can get it, like sometimes TJ Maxx carries these things. It's high in potassium. It's a plant. It has a distinguished taste. So I've experimented and put just a little bit in my smoothies. So you can decide if you want to do it, but great health benefits, okay? And then, so I'm gonna put that off to the side. I am going to show you, so I use flaxseed. This is the whole flaxseed. I don't know if you can see it. And this is milled flaxseed with collagen. Which one do you think I should use more of, focus on? So it is the whole seed is better for you. It hasn't been processed. So, but I got this first and then I found this. So I'm going to stick to the whole, but I'm going to mix both. So flaxseed is great for inflammation. And more, there's so many more benefits from using the whole, okay? So I'm just going to add, and it's not low in calories, guys. This is 100, for 3 tablespoons, 160 calories. So you see how this is all adding up. And 13 grams of fat, but it's good fat, okay? So I'm just gonna add a little bit of the whole. So probably for the 3 of us, maybe a teaspoon or 2, or excuse me, a tablespoon or 2, okay? And then the next thing, I don't want to forget about the protein powder. So this has all the vitamins. It has no cholesterol. It does have some good fats in it. It has high protein, 21 grams. So you want to try and get something that's at least 20. This is the vanilla flavor. So I'm going to add 1 scoop. So there's 3 of us. So generally a scoop is all you need for a meal. Okay, so there's 1. And then I'm going to do 2 of the chocolate. Okay. So organic, has probiotics in it. So that's for 3 of us. Here's 1 more scoop, okay? I'm gonna put that off to the side. Smoothies started back in the 1930s, believe it or not. Back in like some of your, so basically it was just mainly fruit juices and fruits, and they just blended it, okay? And so it's evolved, especially with vegetarian diets, where they're adding almost everything to it. It was kind of unknown. It was done in a blender when the first blender was introduced, I believe, like in the 1930s. And again, it's considered now a meal replacement. And it started in South America and Latin American countries, and was reinvented back in the 60s and 70s, and has continued and evolved into just this amazing meal. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, so I'm going to move my flaxseed. Good thing those were close. So I'm going to add, and I like this brand because it's all natural, no salt in it. It's Red Mill. You can get it through Amazon. I use pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. Again, good vitamins, good fats, good antioxidants, okay? So I'm gonna add a little bit of each. Look at all this yumminess in one meal. And I'm telling you, I just love the taste of it. Now, sometimes I'll bring my smoothies and it'll be more green in color because I've thrown in more vegetables, and I'll show the students and they'll go, that's gross, Kebba, why are you eating that? Okay, another thing I want to show you. So I have oils from my nuts. You can add any kind of nut to it, also my seeds, but the coconut oil has great benefits too. It's good for like B1 and fights against Alzheimer's. This is what's recommended. It's good for lowering, good for your heart, and aids in your liver health. So coconut oil's a good fat. So I recommend maybe a teaspoon. And again, you don't have to add this, okay? So I'm not gonna add it right now, but sometimes if I was out of my seeds and avocado, then I would go for that, okay? And the next thing I'm gonna show you is chia seeds. These little seeds are probably one of the healthiest things that you can eat. And what the big buzz now is chia pudding. So basically get your coconut milk or whatever milk you like to drink, and then you use about a cup of this. To look for the recipe, okay? But you'll use a little bit of this, and it just kind of soaks up the milk. And then add a little vanilla or your favorite flavoring, and it's supposed to be delicious. I'm going to start making that. That's why I got this big bulk. Now you'll see, you'll go, this is chia seeds. it comes from a flour, and there's black chia seeds and white, and they're just two different types of flour. There's no difference really in, and this is raw, so there's no real difference in which one is better or which one's healthier. It's loaded with energy and fiber and protein, and 2 tablespoons, guys, is 137 calories. So it's not, again, low in calories, but it's the good food, okay? So I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Now you might wanna measure out. I'm gonna do probably about a tablespoon, because I've got enough yumminess in there. Okay, now, I like to add stevia. You can use monk fruit. I've got that also in hand. Regular sugar I would stay away from. Okay, this doesn't raise the blood sugar level. It's 0 calories, but you know, it has a good taste, and you decide how much you want to add to it, okay? And then I'm going to add probably just a little bit, and then taste it. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I've covered everything with you. Chard, if you're adding chard, I've got some squash, whatever you want. Just remember, they're all loaded with good fiber. So this is going to aid in your digestion. You're not going to have a problem going to the bathroom ever. You can add yogurt to this, which is great for the immune system, for your just your whole body. You're going to feel better, okay? So if you had a case of, let's say, you were ill, you had some diarrhea. I know people hate saying that word, but basically add some more probiotics to your body, and a good source is the yogurts, okay? And I did pull out some yogurts and wanted to show you. So I get the milk-free ones. So this is the coconut milk and oat milk. The oat milk, I just tried it. It's not too bad, 80 calories for this whole serving on top. And you can also, so yogurt is high packed in protein. So if you want to cut back on the milk, more of this, that's great. It'll be thicker. It boosts your GI and your immune system. So it's packed with vitamins, has some sodium in it. You know, look at the ingredients. The ingredient list is small. When it starts getting this, or it's down the side of the panel, then you know you overdid it with too much processed, okay? You can even make your own kefir, so you decide. Okay, you can also add tofu for good protein. You wouldn't even notice, even if you're like, oh, I'm staying away from tofu. But it is amazing in a smoothie, and it gives it that smooth taste. Okay, so I am basically done. I don't think I forgot anything. And again, you can do more fruit, you can do more vegetables. You decide. So you don't have to go to the store and buy this. I would put all these ingredients. You can either get a juicer, or I'm into getting all the fiber. Get the whole thing, okay? So I'm gonna blend this, but it's gonna be really loud. You're gonna see in my picture at the end what it looks like. And I don't want to, I'll turn it on just a bit, but just to show you how this works if you don't have one of these. But basically, you just push the button, and it's not too loud. So maybe we'll just mix. You can see the greens and all the seeds, and it's gonna go by itself, okay? So I'm gonna just show you a little bit of this, what it tastes like. You can also add ice to it, cut back on some of the fruits, okay? I'm gonna blend it for a little bit longer, but I'm just gonna show you right now. Yeah, it needs a little bit more blending, but I'm just gonna show you in this cup what it looks like. And then you can sample it, or I'm gonna get to sample it. It's nice and thick. Again, I'm gonna put it in my Hydro Flask, okay? Oh my gosh, it's perfect. Just the right sweetness. And again, have your Hydro Flask on your desk, and this is you can use this as your snack. So don't go for anything else but this for the day, and you will see such great results. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and Here we go. See you next week. Let me know what you would like me to make. I'm going to keep doing this till who knows when. When this quarantine maybe is over. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate your support, love, all those great messages. And remember, start every day thinking of how you're going to help others. What good are you going to do? Remember, every day is a blessing. Don't take it for granted. And reach out and do something good for someone else, because that's what it's all about. Remember, if you have a talent or a gift, it's not a gift until you share it with someone else. So thank you for allowing me to share it with you, and enjoy your smoothie. Peace out.